There's a lot of confusion and excitement, and everyone's moving a lot faster now that AI is taking over, right? It's stealing the show. But while everybody is so excited about the new tools, of course, there's the seasoned copywriters who are really making AI work extremely well for themselves, and there's ones who are more the beginner level, then there's intermediate, and then there's people who are wearing all sorts of hats, handling marketing, operations, etc. So where's the middle ground in copywriting in the era of AI? The good news is no matter what happens with AI, even if you're a 10, 15, 20-year copywriter who's either intimidated or you're leveraging AI to get ahead, or maybe you're in the beginning or intermediate phases of a freelance fractional CMO consulting copywriting career, and maybe you're feeling like AI is saturating the market. Maybe you feel like you're not getting paid as well, the copy jobs aren't as great, or there's less of a need for it, or maybe some beginners are being phased out and freelance copywriting is a waste of time. No matter how you feel, no matter what part of the spectrum you're in, the great news is the principles, the foundations will always stay the same. You can leverage AI and supercharge your AI efforts with what you're learning here. You can revise and remold a freelance copywriting consulting fractional CMO career with what you're going to get in this presentation. You can even take the middle ground. Where do you want to stand? Do you want to continue your career as a copywriter? Do you want to add this to your repertoire, your skill set as a competitive professional? Or do you want to just be prepared for AI collapse, or when the world of copywriting and content is oversaturated with AI, which all of these things are happening all at once. People have feelings that are all over the place, exactly like I just mentioned, including what they want to do, where they want to go. People have these same concerns, which is the whole point of this video. The good news is no matter what you're doing, even even your 5-year-old, 10-year-old, 15-year-old, even your 60, 70-year-old relatives, we are always writing. We have been prior to AI, after AI, generations after, generations prior. No matter what, there will always be a need for some form of writing, and we will always have the experience with writing in any medium. Whenever we write an email, we're writing. Whenever we shoot a text over, we're writing. We're exercising that part of the brain. Whenever we're engaging in research, whether if it's for a complex promotion or a campaign, new software, CRM you're implementing, even if you're researching where you want your next vacation, these are parts of the writing, promotion, copywriting process. Even the ideations, the stories you tell yourself, the stories you tell others. These are all components of great written persuasion. So whether or not AI even existed, let's just wipe it off the map. There will always be a need for writing, and we are all exercising these parts of our brain, no matter what country, age, gender. We're exercising the left and right parts of our brain. The left part, that is the analytical, methodical point, which includes things like research, reports, articles, and we're exercising the right brain, which is when we create. Even if you're not a seasoned writer yet, when you write emails, shoot a text over, come up with ideas, stories, even in your personal life, you're exercising the right creative part of your brain. By the way, if you've been following my videos, looking me up, you probably have a familiarity with me. But my name is John Reyes. I'm a multi-million-dollar revenue producer as a consultant, coach, mentor. I'm a CRO specialist, freelance copy chief, copywriter. I've done a fractional CMO, ROI consulting, and a building out copywriting and client attraction and even client management systems from the ground up. Work with freelancers, agencies, alternative health marketers, supplement marketers, health and fitness gurus, thought leaders, and info marketers and health related ecom, health, beauty. All of these platforms across the board, including one-on-one with copy coaches, as a copy coach and with other copywriters. And the thing is, before we get too far in AI, the whole point is to bring this back to the grounding, to reality. It's so easy to get caught up in the creative editing process with AI that we don't establish the ground for where we want to go. You can have all the fanciest tools, the fanciest copy, the fanciest AI prompts in the world, but if you don't have the foundation of where do you want to take this? What's your foundation? What's the angle you want to take? What's the end goal? Then you're just seeing words on a screen. So the basis of this is no matter what form of copy, content marketing you're doing, you need to ground yourself in what you want to do. Do you want to build brand awareness? Because this is going to affect the direction you take your copy, the direction you take your research, the direction you take your AI, your editing, etc. So do you want to build positioning and authority, which is really common in direct response? Establish credibility, which is really common in marketing across the board and especially in direct response. Then there's inform and share, content marketing, updates, articles, emails, even just like the nurture, this kind of thing, the nurture sequence, the informative part that includes podcasts as well. Podcasts can be all of these across the board. But before you take your copywriting skills in a specific direction, your focus, understand there will always be a need for forms of content, creative marketing. So don't worry about being pushed out of work. Don't worry about being in a saturated market. Understand that there's different directions you can take this in, and there always will be. Otherwise, like I mentioned, you're going to be putting out words on a screen, and that's what can kill a career. Obviously, the strongest focus, and this was my focus for many, many years, is direct response copywriting. Obviously, that's overlapping with direct response marketing. So using AI, whether or not you're using AI, these cycles will always be needed. There will always be a huge need for direct response copywriting, content marketing. And even if you're using AI, doesn't mean you're good. There's people who are just using it and they're not that good, right? Why? Because they don't have the direction. They don't know where they're taking it. They're just churning out a bunch of words on the screen and editing it. So get organized in your execution. This can help you determine where you can excel as a copywriter or integrate in your current professional skill set. Of course, share a targeted message, right? The big idea, the creation of the hook, the target, the laser focus you want people to follow in your content and copy is where you should start. A targeted message. Then how can you capture curiosity and interest? At that middle ground is somewhere where you can even, play with AI a little more, but it's not an excuse to completely overlook the value of direct response copy. And obviously it's the end, the call to action, right? Do we want people to open, click reply? Do we want to generate revenue, sales? And overall, just remember, writing is a skill that is multiple centuries old. It gets more sophisticated. Tools will come and go. Trends will come and go, but it never goes out of style. So think about how you can use this information to excel. And everything in this short video actually gives you everything you'll need to go back to the basics. Stuff that godfathers of direct response copywriting used centuries ago when they were handwriting things on paper. So if we're handwriting things on paper with a ballpoint, limp pen that fades and goes out of ink, then don't worry about the future. Because if they made that work back then it'll continue to work next year, 5 year, 10 years, 20 years from now. So think about how you can focus and where you can leverage AI, but always remember that the foundations, the direction where you want to take your writing, and always remember what your end goals are, and then work from there. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to scroll down and get some help implementing what you've just learned, golden nuggets you've seen. And if you have any comments, feedback, insights, go ahead and leave a comment. Other than that, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to check out some of my other videos.